Good afternoon and welcome to 40's Impact Series, a video series where we interview founders and CEOs of impactful businesses to talk briefly about their journey, why they started the business and the impact that they see it. Today I'm with Laurent Petit, who is the founder and I suppose CEO of Active Giving. Laurent is a really impressive guy. He's got a great vision, and I believe he's really using technology or leveraging technology to solve a massive issue in the world. So, look, without further ado, I'll get across to Laurent, and we can go from there. So, Laurent, please talk to me about the climate issue, I suppose, as you see it.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me on this TV series. So, I mean, the climate issue, I think it's still like a very wide question to answer, but I try to, narrow it down to one point. I mean, for us, the idea was really to be able to tackle the deforestation problem. And actually what comes out of deforestation, which is not only the fact that it results in more carbon dioxide being released into the air, but also it threatens the world biodiversity, which is essential. And also it is prone to more erosion for the soil, which is also a very key component of a healthy planet. Mm-hmm. And so all those, the problem with this deforestation is that not only you lose the trees, but everything that comes around it, which is like the ecosystem we need to have a healthy life.
Okay, and Active Giving, your business is an app based platform in order to I suppose to be your solution to that. So can you give us some information into how that started, what the journey's been like, and a bit of an introduction into the business?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, as you said, Active Giving is a mobile sport app that tracks fitness and sport activities and turn them into tree planting. So we just spoke about deforestation, and we want to offer a solution that help reforest the planet. And so it started in 2019 when myself, I'm a sport enthusiast. I'm more on the amateur side, but I love doing sports. And I started my journey as a eco-conscious individual when I moved to Berlin. I started with being more conscious of my transports and the way I would move around, and then the way I would eat and consume. And until the point where I realized everything that was happening in the different part of the world in terms of deforestation. I mean, you probably heard of the Amazon, Australia, Russia, there were so many crises. Mm-hmm. And then I knew reforesting the planet is probably one of the easiest solution to tackle climate change. And so I thought, oh my God, I'm doing so much sports. Is there a way that my sport activities could contribute to a better world? And that's how I, started to look around what's out there. And I knew as a sport person that a lot of sport people, when they do a challenge, a marathon, a run, a race, a bike ride or something, they always want to raise awareness for a cause. And I thought, okay, our cause or my cause is going to be the climate change or reforestation. And then I thought, how can I, reward someone who's doing something good for themselves through sports, with something that's good for someone or something else, and in that case, reforestation. And I also realized through social media that a lot of people already use fitness apps, but most of them just give you, data about your workout, which is great. But then I also realized that people love to share those data on social media, and I thought, what's the added value? It's great to see that my friend has done a 10K run, but would there be another incentive for them to do sport rather than just the act of doing sports? And then I thought, okay, if I reward people with tree planted in different parts of the world for their workout, maybe it's going to change this whole perspective of global well-being. So doing something good for yourself, and it has a positive impact on the planet. So that was, 2019 brainstorming, and I actually took part of a Techstar weekend. It's a startup competition. It was based on sustainability, and I was just invited to watch, but in the end I pitched my idea, got selected for the finals, and won the contest. And then I realized, okay, maybe it's more than just, an idea or of mine, and maybe it's time to, bring people around it. So I'm lucky enough to be living in Berlin, where the startup scene is very active. So,
very big, yeah.
With one or two contacts, I could get someone who wanted to help me with the product, with the finance, and everything I needed. So from end of 2019 to March 2020, we gathered a team. In March 2020, we launched the company just one day before Corona. And but we were not discouraged. We kept on going. Also because, as you might have seen, people were still being active at home. Like the rise of sport at home was kind of booming, and so we made everything possible that the app could be launched in June 2020. So we just celebrated a 1-year anniversary now, and so since June last year, we launched the app that I described before, and basically as a user, it's very simple. You can download it on Apple Store and Google Play Store. You create a profile and you start using the app by recording fitness activities or sport activities. So running, cycling, swimming, kayaking, beach volley, tennis. I mean, we have more than 40 different sport possible. You can also connect it with Strava, which is one of the most used sport app on the market. And once you start tracking your activity, depending on the intensity of your workout, you can help plant one or many trees in different parts of the world. You can also choose which project you want to support. We have 5 different reforestation projects that we support at the moment. And we also, Active Giving is also a solution for businesses. So the way actually the trees are financed is because we decide to use revenues that we generate from ad placement. So every time a user is being active on the app, they see an ad placement from one of our sponsors or partners. So basically, every time they see the logo, we generate revenues, and those revenues we direct them to the plantation of trees. So that's how it works. And so since last year, we've grown to more than 30,000 users. And we have already helped the plantation of more than 500,000 trees. So that's obviously very exciting. Thank you. And so yeah, that's Active Giving in a nutshell.
And where's so you guys are currently 12 months old, 30,000 users globally at the moment. So what does the next sort of 2 to 3 years look like for you? Where are you at in your development? Where do you wish to see it go? And I suppose what's the next step?
I mean, so the last year obviously was a lot of learnings for us, but we also realized that we not only were we were attracting users, but also businesses, and also the sport organization and athletes. And for me, actually, also one of the reasons why I built Active Giving is because I wanted to provide a tool for athletes to talk about climate change through the language of sports. Because you also might have seen since a few years now, because athletes, they're getting such a wide platform, so through social media, that they also want to talk about something they care about. It's not always climate change. It could be social injustice. It could be other things, but a lot of them are also into this climate activists. And so this is really where I want to go in the future. So now we've already done some really great collaboration with Olympic champions, different fitness or sport influencers, and we really want to give them this tool so that they can spread the message around the community. So we also had the chance to work with different sport organizations on a high level. I mean, I think we were a little too late now for Tokyo, but or even for now in the Euro Cup. It's just great example of how you could activate fans, and not only the athletes, because I mean, obviously we look at them as role models, but with Active Giving, the cool thing is that not only the athletes is doing it, but you have to also do it in order to make an impact. So we really want to change this mindset where the user really have to be engaged, and it has to come from you. So you can't plant trees with Active Giving from your couch. You have to get out, or and get going. And I think this is also something for us. I mean, now I'm already trying to approach organization like the World Health Organization, because I believe, and this is something I might not have spoke about before, because we were talking about climate change. But for us, what's really important is that on one side, yes, we want to inspire solutions for climate change, but for us, it's really important also to tackle physical inactivity, which is, in my opinion, perhaps as problematic as the climate change. And to me, or to us, active giving, if you also could, from one side, increase physical activity, which might end up with increasing well-being, you might obviously, I mean, to me, it's kind of, we are connected. So if you're a healthy body, healthy mind, you know, the result is also a healthy planet. And so this is really like the circle we want to create, is that by doing more for yourself, you're doing more for the environment. But with a better environment, you also want to do more for yourself.
So it's a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Look, I think the success of any business like this is based on users and you know, kind of critical mass. And look, I think by anyone's standards, 30,000 users across a 12-month period is already a, you know, a fantastic achievement, and it'll only get better. And hopefully by being involved in the conversations like this and kind of getting the message out there, I think it's a brilliant idea. And I know also there's a lot of I'm connected to a number of VCs and investors in the space that are looking for sustainable businesses, or investing in sustainable businesses. And this would be, yeah, you know, hopefully this will fall on the right desk. And because I know you've effectively bootstrapped this yourself, a lot of blood, sweat and tears, your idea, you're the one that's, so it's getting it to a stage now where you're turning it into a viable business and really developing it for the masses.
Yes, correct. So yeah, it's been bootstrapped. But as you said, I mean, in order to be a sustainable business, but even in an economical point of view, financial point of view, it's important that we can get the support from potential investors. And so now I think what we wanted to build is this like 1 year where we can really have this is even more than a proof of concept, because, you know, we already have partnerships, the app is out, we have users, but we wanted to, you know, prove that we can do it. And now, as you said, to really get to another level, it would be really interesting to have fundings. And with the different partnership we've made, we've established ourselves even outside of Germany. So we know that I want to say there's a need, but more there's like a demand for what we do, because sport is everywhere, and that's the beauty of it. And we also really want to make climate change, you know, everyone. I mean, problem somehow, you know, everyone can be part of it, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, you and me, now you're in UK, I'm in Berlin, and if we would both use active giving, go for a run, we would both plant a tree at the same time, which is amazing, you know, and then we would be somehow connected with this. So yeah, that's really what we want to achieve.
No, look, I think it's a brilliant idea, and I suppose the beauty of it is that you're rewarding people for things that quite often they were doing anyway. So if you're going to go for a run, because like you say, you know, if you're a running enthusiast and you want to get some miles, you know, why not let it benefit the planet in terms of planting a tree? Or it's important to say that it's active giving and not active planting. So as the business develops, it will be, yeah, you'll be able to, you know, contribute to other charities outside of just climate change. So look, it's a brilliant idea, like I keep saying, and I've definitely got some people I want to introduce you to, and let's hope this video gets seen by the right individuals, and someone picks up the phone. So look, thanks for jumping on this. You know, just for everyone watching this, all of Laurent's information is going to be included in the final messages. So look, go over to Active Giving, have a look at his site, have a look at his page, reach out to him, because he's a great guy with a lot of passion, and he'd always make time to speak to you. Thanks very much for your time, Laurent.
Yeah, I mean, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's always great to talk with you. And yeah, I hope we meet soon. And obviously, we do a workout together.
Not too sure about that. I have a bad knee.
Okay.
Brilliant. All right. Well, good luck with the project.
Thank you so much.